Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid-November 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guides and spirit team. What do you got for us Rams? In early to mid-November, it's Scorpio season, beautiful time of year. What is happening? What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries. Early to mid-November, what's the vibe? What's going on? What energies are surrounding us? We're coming in. Thank you. Nice and quick. All right, Queen of Swords energy, very peculiar indeed. Now, I don't think that this is a bad energy, but it's very straightforward, and it does tie into an energy I've been seeing around Aries in recent weeks, where that classic Aries bluntness could be like a little bit extra when this card shows up. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So what we see here, and remember, this is an oracle deck, it's not a tarot. We have this very strong divine feminine figure, and she, like, when I see her, I just think Queen of Swords all day. So for some of you, maybe you're connected to an air sign. Remember, it's not always gender specific. So we're thinking Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But if that's not the case, some of the personality traits that I think of when I see the Queen of Swords, she is serious. She is about her business. There is no BS. Let's cut to the chase. It's very honest and blunt. And like I said, I've been seeing that in the Aries reading in recent weeks, where your communication style might be a little extra to the point where, I mean, maybe you could ruffle some feathers, possibly. Either that or you're just at the point where it's like, yeah, I'm not dealing with any BS. Like in this time, you could be very much extra straightforward. Now, another thing with her, she can represent strategy, and that's something that often shows up in Aries readings. Maybe you need to plan a little something or inject a little strategy into whatever situations you're dealing with, because she is like very calm, but to the point. When it comes to the challenger, the Queen of Swords, she can be a little mean, she can be a little cold. So we're just going to leave her there for now. She could chill right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for you, Aries. What do we got this week? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. I will say this, in recent weeks, there's been quite a bit of an up and down type of energy surrounding us Aries, and last week's reading was titled A Big Ending. So for a lot of the collective, there could be certain cycles that are coming to a close. A big vibe I was picking up in last week's reading is there could be certain things where you're maybe not wanting to put energy towards it for the time being. So there could be certain things where it's like, I'm not even going to put energy into that. So we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards to start. What do we have for Aries in early to mid-November? What's happening? What do we got here? Okay, thank you. All right, we got the 9 of Cups. That's a good start. That is a good start. So we're just going to tuck them in right there next to that Amethyst. That is a very positive, leaning, welcoming type of card. So it's opposite of what we were seeing with this Queen of Swords. Let's see how the rest of it plays out. Let's get a couple more here. Thank you. Hanged Man, not moving, standing ground. So, I mean, this could also be watching something. That could be very much it. That's also a strategic card. So we're picking up little similarities and notes. What do we have here for Aries, please? Thank you. And there we go right here on the back end. We have the Fool. Okay, so we definitely have a bit of depth in this week's reading, and I do like that. I always like when there's extra layers of energy. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, we have a nice mixture of elements happening here. There is a little bit more water than anything else, but right here we're starting with the water, and then the Hanged Man, which could be water or earth, depending on which sign you give it to, and then boom, fire. That's one of our cards back here. So the Fool could be very important in this week's reading. Now, there could be a focus on self that's necessary, where you just need to do what's right by yourself. But I like what that energy feels like, especially after what we saw last week. So let's just go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, we are starting with the Nine of Cups. Now you see this person there, they're chilling, they're happy, they're sitting in that room filled with the 9 cups, and they have everything they want, everything they need. This is a very content type of energy. It's wish fulfillment, it's happy. So when I see this, I think of positive results. I think of possible things going your way, wins, victories, you name it. Now this could come in various different areas of life, whether it's emotions. If there's something that's been tugging at your heartstrings or bothering you emotionally, this card could say there might be a nice turnaround in that energy. So that could be really good. A big thing with this card is that it could be very giving and welcoming. So I always like to give a caution. You know, I always give the positive and challenge. So yes, this is wish fulfillment, but a challenge of the 9 of Cups is that it could represent someone who's a little too generous, a little too kind. So you might be running that risk in this time of doing a little too much. Okay, especially if it's something that's a little unequal when this card shows up. This card, especially in its challenge, it could also represent overindulgence. So when I see the 9 of Cups going into the Hanged Man, again, similar to last week, I could see you like putting the brakes on in regards to something. It all depends on what clarifies it. So we'll get him right there. But again, affectionate, nice, it's an open energy. Pardon me. But as we move to the center, we have a little bit of a difference here. We have the Hanged Man, and you see him there. He's upside down. He's chilling. This is a retracted, pulled back type of vibe. So it's like we have really good energy. Boom, then the Hanged Man comes in. So for some of us out there, this could be a problem that pops up. It could be a situation you might be dealing with. When I see this again, it's retracted and pulled back. It's extremely analytical. It's watching something. So for some areas, maybe there's something that really has your attention in this time. Situation, individual, you name it, where it's like taking up the bulk of your focus when this is here. I also say this could represent either, you know, someone has you under the magnifying glass, so someone could be watching your moves. Maybe you're keeping tabs on somebody else when this card's here. It is a watcher. It's also a strategist. So similar to that Queen of Swords. Planning. So whether you're doing the planning or somebody else, we'll want to look at this further. The challenge with the Hanged Man is that it could represent no movement. Oh, and it just jumped out of my hands. It could represent no movement. It could represent problematic energy sometimes. It is also a card of self-sacrifice. So we do have this double energy here in the front when we go from the 9 of Cups to the Hanged Man. This is somebody that's worrying about everybody else, or, you know, there's somebody aside from oneself that is taking up your energy. Onto the back end, boom, we have it right here, the Fool card. It's one of our power cards. The first card of the major arcana, the protagonist of the tarot deck. And this is fantastic for new journeys, new adventures, new anything. This is a card of action. It's a card of making moves, taking leaps. So when we see these two cards that are inherently not moving much into the Fool, it's like, okay, not much is happening, not much is happening, boom. A lot of stuff is happening out of nowhere. So this could be very positive. Now, the challenge with the Fool card is that it could just represent spontaneity, things that you do without thinking, things that happen really fast. I mean, it could be a big risk taker as well when this card is here. But in an Aries reading, it has extra significance because it's one of our power cards. So it could just simply tell us something we might be feeling or something that's coming towards us. So as you can see, there is a mixture of energy, but I like how it caps off here on the back end. So we're going to put the Fool down right there. Yeah, I want to dive deeper on all this, Aries. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What is happening for Aries? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the 9 of Cups. Let's see what's happening. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, why is the 9 of Cups here? What's this content energy about? Thank you. Okay, so 8 of Pentacles, that's a card that did show up in last week's reading. Now, this is a card of effort. So when I see this, especially next to this Hanged Man, to me, it feels like some sort of energy is priming up or getting ready or building. Like there's an underlying energy I'm picking up where it's like it's bubbling, it's building up. Okay, so we're going to want to see the result however it plays out on the back end. This is good to me. So again, for some Aries out there, if there's been something in particular you've been putting a lot of energy into, specifically anything surrounding career, work, anything in that realm, money, there's really positive results that could be incoming for you. So again, I'm seeing like this big, massive victory type of energy here, especially if your hard work is going to start paying off. But the big thing I'm feeling here intuitively, once again, with the Nine of Cups and Eight of Pentacles, it's like I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. Not quite yet, but something big is coming down the pipeline. So whether that's your energy, you're planning to make some sort of big move, or it could be somebody else. We'll see how it plays out when we get to the back end. Now, again, the Eight of Cups is what you put effort into. Okay, so for some of you, this could literally be just you being in money mode, career mode, pentacle mode. So when I see this, it could represent emotions and connections as well. So there could be something where it's like, you know what, I'm going to give more energy to this, or I want to put more energy into it. But again, the big thing I'm picking up here is like holding off for the moment. The energy is building. So let's keep moving. We're going to put that down there. I like it. And again, for a portion of you, if there's something you've been putting a lot of energy towards, this could absolutely be showing up as work paying off or a victory of some sort. Let's keep moving. And then especially for those of you looking at anything career or money based, like this is a very positive result here. So let's go in on the Hanged Man. Let's see what that has for us. So why is the Hanged Man here? Please. Thank you. Queen of Swords in reverse underneath here. So for a portion of you, you might be connected to an air sign when this shows up. I don't necessarily feel like this is a warning, but it's like two people on kind of different vibrations, what I'm picking up here, because this one in the front feels like happy, content. This one in the center is a little more confused. Okay, now aside from that, for a small portion of you, this could be how your energy is shifting, where it's like, I'm happy, maybe I'm not, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. The Queen of Swords, I spoke about her in the very beginning, so this energy is showing up for you twice. Even though she's in the reverse, this is a very serious, straightforward, plan-based card. So we do have a lot of strategy here. So this could be Spirit saying, if that's a mode you're in, if you're planning your next steps or looking into the future, that's a good way to move. Now might not be the time to make big moves or big action. Now might be a time for strategy. But we could also be seeing somebody else strategizing or planning. In the center, I'm also, either it's a warning to not move too quick, to not let something move too quick, or to just let it do what it does. Like, listen, just let it evolve naturally, let it move how it's supposed to. But someone's planning something. That's what I'm seeing here, whether it's you or somebody else making plans towards you. And we'll see what the action is on the back end when we get to the Fool. Now, this could also be someone else's energy starting to soften up or get better or improve. So we're just going to keep moving. I feel like, yeah, the energy, it's still building, even though it's not doing much. Let's keep moving over. But yeah, there's a lot of planning there for whatever reason. Okay, so let's go in on the Fool card. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Fool here for Aries? Please. Oh, nice and quick. Okay, yeah, 10 of Cups in the upright. This is a lovely, lovely, lovely energy here on the back end. Okay, so if this is you, I feel like a plan actually coming to fruition. So it's like we're continuing this energy that I've been seeing for several weeks now, where it's like we have a really, really positive energy one week, then we have a little bit of a problem, then we have a really positive one, then we got a little bit of an issue. And it even goes like that throughout this week. So I feel like for multiple days, you might have a really good day, then one where you might want to just chill and stay inside. Then we have another one where it's like, okay, now we're on the move again. Now we're rocking. The 10 of Cups is another wish fulfillment type of card. It's blessings, it's abundance, it's massive. And when I see it underneath the Fool card, one of our cards, there is a very happy result coming in for you. Now, I always like to mention that Aries watch these readings for different reasons. Some of you watch it for career, some of you just like hearing me talk, some of you watch it for connections and romance. If you are in a place that's low vibrational for the time being, I feel an energy surging in to start lifting you up. So I feel like there's really good things on the horizon for a lot of the Aries collective, even if it's not there quite yet. Because remember, I was saying this is building, boom. You're going to be happy you took your time with something. You're going to be happy that you went through a process. You're going to be happy that it wasn't like instant gratification. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. Love this 10 of Cups. This could also link into family and home, but you see how happy everyone is here. So multiple places we're seeing wish fulfillment, wins, victories, and I love it. I feel like it's claimable for the most part. So this is the only speed bump right here in the center. But again, this could just be spirit saying like, oh, no, slow it down. No rush. There's no rush. It'll work how it needs to. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, I'm liking it. I'm claiming it this week. Position number 1, we have the 9 of Cups with the 8 of Pentacles. So again, the intuitive vibe I felt to me was like just something building up underneath the surface where the energy is like, okay, I know what way I'm going. Not quite yet. Something big could be building up for a lot of you. Great potential with money and work and career. So this is very positive. Something you're going to work hard towards, or something you have been working hard towards. If you're making the proper action, you could be rewarded for that. Now, moving to the center, we have the Hanged Man with the Queen of Swords in reverse. This energy did feel a little bit confused. So whether this is 2 people in different modes, or spirit just saying, whoa, 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 slow, 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 not so fast, just let things mellow out or let things settle down. This is still an energy building, but both of those cards are heavily linked to strategy and planning. Okay, so whether it's you planning your next moves or it's somebody else even making plans towards you, I don't feel a bad result here. So either way, I feel like you're probably going to come out on the better side of this at some point. Moving to the back end, we have the Fool card with the 10 of Cups in the upright, one of the best alignments we could ask for. It's like beginning, ending, starting, ending, but in a very positive way. I feel if something is a process or has been taking time, you're going to be happy that you went through this process. And at the end of the day, like I said, just really huge energy of victory all around. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. I like the energy that's moving in. It's building up in a good way. And yeah, let's get into a shadow card real quick. So yeah, let's shuffle it up here. What do we have for my Aries friends, please? What's going on? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. And I have much love for my channel members. All right, let's get it going here. One shadow card. What's happening? What is in the shadows? Okay. Even the shadow card is extremely positive. We have the best card in the whole entire deck is the Sun. And I think most readers do agree, and that's the shadow card that popped out here. So for a portion of you, if you're connected to a Leo, they could be showing up here. I know that's probably a very small percentage of Aries out there, but seeing the Sun show up in the shadow portion is very revealing. So for a lot of Aries in this time, watch out for aha moments where things that were not so clear suddenly start to make sense. Realizations, revelations. The Sun is known for doing that. Now, aside from things coming up to the surface, the Sun can just represent beautiful source energy, the light, life, and love that shines down on us from spirit. And I love to see it in the shadow portion because it's saying like, listen, something good is coming. Even in the shadow portion, even where it looks like, this might not be great, this might not go how I like, the Sun will shine again. Okay, so especially to those Aries out there that are going through a difficult time, whatever it might be, the Sun is hope. It's a silver lining. It's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it looks beautiful here. So there's a lot of positivity coming in for the Aries collective. Okay, so situations you might be going through could have a silver lining. So we're going to put that down right there, Aries. That's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my all-time favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you feel is the most misunderstood? And if you're new to tarot completely, which one do you have a little trouble with understanding its meaning? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.